Please give us your name and age and relationship to the interviewer.
My name is Cindy Oberg. I'm 44, and I'm Chad's mom.
What do you remember about the November 22nd, 1963, when John F. Kennedy was assassinated? Many people have said, "Hope in America died a little that day." Do you agree?
I was not born yet, but I definitely agree with that because no president had been assassinated since Lincoln, so I think people felt not very safe, and I think that Kennedy was a president who had a can-do attitude and had a lot of hope and optimism, and so when he was gone, people felt that went with him.
Do you think America had lost trust in the federal government by the end of the Vietnam War?
I think a lot of people lost trust because they didn't feel that we belonged fighting in that war, and I think that people still feel that way today when we're talking about going to places that are not a danger to, not presenting a danger to us right away. People feel that we shouldn't go and fight those fights.
How do you think the world's perception of the U.S. changed on July 20th, 1969, when the United States put the first man on the moon?
I think it was a good time and that there was a lot of pride in our country because we were technologically advanced.
How do you think America viewed the United States following Nixon's resignation on August 8, 1974, following the Watergate scandal?
Well, I think that because he thought he was above the law, there was a lot of embarrassment and disappointment for our country.
In what way do you think our nation changed on November 9th, 1989, when the Berlin Wall came down, effectively ending the Cold War?
Well, I think the people that believed in the war hawk attitude felt justified about the Cold War after that happened.
What do you remember about September 11th, 2001, when the country experienced the worst terrorist attacks in the United States history on the Pentagon and the World Trade Center? How was America changed by this?
Well, I remember that the day started out normal and I didn't know anything about it. My kids were getting ready to go to school and my mom called me on the phone and she was crying and she was really upset and she told me about what had happened. And I think that the world changed because I think in America people didn't any longer always feel safe since we were attacked here on our ground.
Finally, it is said that every American citizen has a dream, be it wealth, happiness, a better life for their children, etc. What was your dream and do you think you achieved it?
Well, I think a dream that my husband and I had was to make sure we had a better life for our children. And I think we're working on achieving it because everyone is still going to school and getting ready to go to college.
What was your favorite advancement in technology that impacted your life and why?
Well, my daughter pointed this out to me today, that something I like a lot is cell phones because it helps to make communication easier.
What I remember about September 11th is there was a lot of commotion going on that day and a lot of people seemed scared that I didn't think would be scared that day. And I think the country's changed, that people don't feel as safe as they used to, and that America can be attacked. My favorite unit that we learned about this year was the last unit that we were doing because it's given us an update on what's going on in the war and how it started with Iraq and everything. in the future, I see myself working as an ag businessman, and as a citizen, I hope to live a good life and not get in trouble with the government or anything. And my American dream is to make a lot of money.